And now let's all play What's My Line? Arlene, your introductions are always first rate, but today I'd love to hear Gawn and Granger say, Miss Arlene Francis. I think that's
Francis, yes.
Francis.
It should be Francis, huh?
Yes.
No, Francis.
No, Francis I think is very nice. But let me say to all of you, welcome to What's My Line. During the next 30 minutes, you're going to meet some interesting people engaged in occupations which we hope will baffle our distinguished panel. And in addition, the panel's going to face a mystery celebrity guest just a bit later on. So panel, are you all set? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, our first challenger, come out and sign in, please. Eldora Mangini. Mrs. Mangini, our panel, Mrs. Mangini, and won't you join me, please, at the desk? And where are you from?
San Lorenzo, California.
San Lorenzo, California. All right, and now let's let the audience know exactly what your line is. Mrs. Mangini already knows how to play the game, so panel, I'd like to tell you that she is salaried and deals in a product. And let's begin the questioning with Darryl Hickman.
I would like to... Where was that in California you were from, Miss Mangini?
San Lorenzo, California.
San Lorenzo. You're salaried and deal in a product.
Yes.
Do you work for a profit-making organization?
Yes.
Is the product something that would be used by both men and women?
Yes.
Is it something that you could buy in a department store?
No.
No. So that's one down, and we go to Phyllis Newman.
Is this product larger than, I'm not going to say a bread box, is it larger than my whole person?
No.
No. That's two down. Gawn, Granger.
Would I take this product when I get it from you? Would I take it into my house?
Yes, you would.
Yes.
I would. If I took it into my house and I lived in a two-story house, would I... They think my accent's very funny. It's ridiculous. Would I take it to the top store or story floor?
Gawn, we don't know what is on the second
Well, you
floor.
know you have floors. You call them apartments and I call them flats. Well, if you have two apartments, one above the other, that's a house. And so in the upstairs floor of the house, where you'd have places like bathrooms and bedrooms and that sort of thing.
Bathrooms and bedrooms, that's three down, and we go to Arlene Francis.
Nice try. Could we take it to the bottom floor of his house?
Perhaps.
Yes, all right. Is it something that comes in contact with a body?
Yes.
Does it come in contact with a body because we swallow it?
Yes,
Yes.
sometimes.
I would say yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Is it liquid rather than solid?
Could be either way.
Could be.
It can come in many ways, huh? Is it nice to have around in hot weather?
Well, I suppose so. Wouldn't you think so, Mrs.
Yes,
Mangini?
Is it, since it can be both ways, is it liquid and then sometimes you freeze it?
Yes.
Sometimes.
Is it aqua pura? Is it water in any way?
Water in any way?
Yes. By that
Not
I
in
mean,
the
is it
sense
water
of
and then
question.
ice?
I know. So we're going to give you a no, and that's four down, and go to Darryl Hickman.
Is it something that you would eat at any of the 3 meals of the day?
Yes.
Yes.
Would it be something that you would drink during your meal?
You could,
Yes,
but
we
I
can.
think we better give
okay.
it a no in all fairness. That's five down, and we go to Phyllis.
Is it something that's grown in the ground or on the trees? Is
Grown in the ground to the six down, and back to Gawn.
Is it medicinal?
Medicine?
Medicinal. Well, that's medicine.
No.
You don't like me at all.
Seven down, and Arlene.
Is there anything sweet tasting about it?
No.
No. That's eight down, Darryl.
Then it's bitter tasting.
No.
No. And that's nine down, and we go to Phyllis Newman.
Now, wait a minute. Let's have a recap. It's not bitter. It's not sweet. It's liquid, but it's not from something grown. And you could have it with your meals. You said you couldn't have it.
I'm surprised you don't know what it is.
Are you? It's not bitter, not sweet. Is it something on me?
Something on you. You've stumped our panel. That's no. 10 down. And let me tell you that why don't you tell them what you do, Mrs. Mangini?
I'm an egg breaker.
Panel, Mrs. Mangini works for the R.W. Thayer Company of California, and they sell eggs which are frozen. So her job is breaking the eggs so they can then be frozen and sold to bakeries and restaurants.
You mean they freeze the inside of the egg, the yolk and the white?
Freeze
No.
it.
After it's broke, then it's frozen.
Like plasma.
It's out of
Right.
the shell.
But I tell you what, she has agreed to demonstrate her egg breaking skills. So if you'd like to get ready, I'll tell the panel more about that. I asked Dory how many eggs she thought she could break in a minute, and she said about 110. She has timed
With a
herself
hammer?
breaking eggs. With a hammer?
I could do it.
No, you'll see. She has some very special egg-breaking equipment that she brings along, which is rather unique because most egg... I never thought you really needed special equipment to break eggs. But here we come. And this is the... How many eggs do we have here now?
1/2 dozen in a flat.
About 2.5 dozen in each flat. All right, now why don't I give you 60 seconds, and we'll see how many eggs you can break in 60 seconds. And now let me get my watch all set here. Are you all set?
Could I take this glove off first, please?
One flat. Let's just try one, just the top flat.
Took her mittens
okay.
off.
Took your mittens off. All right. Ready, set, go.
God.
Slower this time.
15 seconds right now. Whoop. 20 seconds and one flat. How many? How many eggs are on one flat?
2.5 dozen.
That's 30. So that
Now,
would be
would
30,
you mind
60,
scrambling them? We're
30,
very hungry.
60, 90. That would be like 90 eggs then you could break in 1 minute. It isn't quite up to your record, but it's very good. How about a volunteer, one of our panelists, an egg? Phyllis, thank you. Oh, you're marvelous. Let me help you here with your apron. And maybe we can loan your apron
What do
to...
you want me to do?
I want to see if you can do as well. Now, she broke 30 eggs in 20
Oh,
seconds.
good. Oh, yes.
Are you?
Wonderful.
Now, and don't just pick them up and, you have to break them the way she broke.
Oh, you mean all right.
Now,
Can
wait
she
just
give
a
me
second.
one quick lesson?
Wait just a second.
You just put them here?
Don't lay them.
She'll
Break
show you here in just a second.
Da, da,
I think you
da,
kind
da,
of... Quick instruction.
Oops, sorry. Yes,
Take
okay.
it this way.
Right. Good.
Okay.
Perfect.
Enough instruction.
Okay.
Enough
1,
instruction. Ready,
2,
set,
3.
go!
Ow!
Go!
The worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Is this any way for a grown woman to make a living?
Time's up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Phyllis, I'm sorry, you didn't win. 8 eggs in 20 seconds. That means your record is 24 in 1 minute, which are marvelous.
Back to
Thank you,
singing and
dear.
dancing.
And thank you so much for being with us on What's My Line. And we'll be back to meet our next challenger when What's My Line continues. Well, the score is 1-0. Our first challenger stumped you, but let's see if we can't do better with the next one. So if our next challenger is all set, would you enter and sign in, please? Phyllis Malkin. This is our panel, Miss Malkin. And where are you from?
New York City.
All right, won't you join me right over here, please, and we'll get all set to go. Let's let the audience at home know exactly what your line is. Panel, I'd like to tell you that Miss Malkin is salaried and deals in a service, and let's begin the questioning with Gawn Granger.
Yes, please. Hello.
Hello.
Would I come to you for this service, please?
You could.
Thank you. Would you wear that dress when I come, please?
Not
well,
quite
wasn't
as
really,
short.
well,
Not quite
not
as
quite as
short.
short, no. But would it be in the form of a uniform then?
No, it would not.
wouldn't.
That's one down, we go to Arlene.
Miss Malcolm, can women use your service as well as men?
Yes.
Do you work indoors?
Yes.
Do you work, is there something active about your job rather
You
than
mean-
static?
I
she
would
move
say it's
about or
rather
something
than
like this?
sedentary?
Yes, I would say
It's
so.
active.
Yes. You move around, do you, when you're at work?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there anything entertaining about what you do?
There may be entertaining moments, but I think
Moments.
generally speaking,
No.
it's no. That's two down, we go to Darryl Hickman.
If I came to you for this service, would you touch me?
No.
No. That's three down, we go to Phyllis.
Where you do your service, are there other young ladies doing their services at the same time?
Yes.
There could be.
Sometimes.
And if I came to you and availed myself of your service, would I pay?
No.
I wouldn't pay.
No.
Would
Not
it-
in that sense. So that's
money.
four down.
I wouldn't pay money?
No. No. Gawn, Granger.
Would I feel much better having come to see you?
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Would you talk to me a lot?
Yes.
You would? Did you have to go to a university? Did you have to get a degree to be able to do what you do?
Yes.
You did. Would I write things down when you talk to me?
No.
No. That's five down, and we go to Arlene.
Would you write things down?
Yes.
Sometimes, I would say.
Are you, do you have another title besides Miss or Mrs. Malcolm?
Would I be addressed?
I would say
addressed
that I would
as
say in the course
doctor
of
or
the course
lawyer?
of carrying on her occupation, she could be addressed as Miss Malcolm, and that would be fine. There would be no other title associated with her job description or occupation.
I just meant, did she have a degree? I guess I didn't put
Oh,
it
well, that's a
properly.
different question. Does she have a degree?
Yes, I have a
Yes.
degree.
Could you be ever seen in a courthouse?
Yes.
Are you a lawyer of some kind?
No.
No. That's six down. We go to Darryl Hickman.
Do you somehow then work for the court in some way?
Yes.
You couldn't be a judge, a lady like you.
Is that a question?
No. Do you have something to do in assisting at trials?
No.
No. So that's seven down? No, not really. I don't. Let's give them a no. We'll
Yes.
argue with them later.
Well,
Okay?
What?
all right.
There-
Partially.
well,
Partially.
her job may have something to do with association, but I think this would lead you a bit, perhaps, astray. And the major part of her job is doing something else. 30 seconds, panel.
Do you
Phyllis?
have do something in an advisory capacity?
Yes.
Do you advise people, for example, of their rights or when they come to trial?
You mean like a clerk at a court who would
Well,
say...
an assistant, a stenographer, clerk,
No.
anything like that.
And that's eight down. 15 seconds. Gone,
Just what I
Granger.
was going to ask. And you don't wear a uniform, and I would be pleased to come and see you, and you don't take any money. But do I give somebody else money because of you?
No, I'm going to flip all the
no.
cards, panel. I think
You
we've
rushed me.
stumped on this one. I'd like to tell you that Miss Malkin is a probation officer. You work here in the city of New York, isn't
Yes,
that right?
I'm with Manhattan Criminal Court at present.
And she has a degree in sociology and psychology. And you've been on your job about a year now?
A year.
And
yes.
what she does, there's a difference between a parole officer and a probation officer, whereas you deal with people that have been given suspended sentences, generally speaking.
Not necessarily. They just haven't gone to jail yet. As parole, it's after jail. This is in lieu of jail.
Well, Miss Malkin, you've stumped our panel, and thanks
Good.
so much for being with us
My
on What's
pleasure.
My Line. And we'll be back to meet our mystery guest as What's My Line continues.
Out-of-town challengers stay at the St. Regis Sheraton, one of New York's most exciting hotels. Impeccably elegant, but you can still swing a little.
Okay, panel, it's mystery guest time with the blindfolds all in place.
Yes.
Okay, so mystery guest, will you enter and sign in, please? right, panel, our mystery guest has entered, and you can tell by the applause that it's someone that our audience is very well acquainted with. Let me remind you, it's one question at a time. I'll give you 3 minutes to establish the identity of our mystery guest, and let's start the questioning with Phyllis.
Do you appear on television?
Yes.
Do you appear in films as well as television?
In films?
No.
No. Arlene.
Are you on a television series?
Yes.
Are you on a television series during prime time at night?
No.
Are you on during the day?
Yes.
Are you in what you call soap, a series every day, one of those?
Soap opera.
Is that what I mean? Yes.
No.
Are you- no.
No.
Oh, no. Well, would you be in news?
No.
Oops.
Oh. Yes.
Sometimes.
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 Do you have your own show?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you have your own show, but it's not news sometimes. Do you interview people?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Is it that one that's in the morning that goes on for a long, long time called
Today Show.
called the New Yorkers? Is that what I mean?
No.
No. Arlene.
Do you work for the Columbia Broadcasting System?
No.
No. Darryl Hickman.
Do you have a title in front of your name?
Yes.
You guess it, Darryl.
Dr. Joyce Brothers?
Yes. Darryl, what gave her identity away?
Well, first of all, she deals in a service, and I always use her service. I listen to her advice very carefully.
I can see you're very well balanced indeed.
Thank you. I knew your voice.
Well, you know, your advice is sought after. Do people ever stop you on the street and ask for free advice when they recognize you?
Only when I'm alone. If I'm with someone else, they will never, they'll nod and say
Yes.
hello. But if I'm alone, or for example in a self-service elevator, they will want a full indication of their lives from the 17th floor to the 19th floor. It just can't be done, unfortunately.
Well, you know, our show must be an interesting study in psychology. Why are people interested in other people's jobs? Just generally speaking, that might also come off, some of the psychological reasons is what's my line was so successful for many years.
Well, each person is not a single individual. There's no real me. They are a composite of all of the roles that they play. And one very important role that a person plays is the job role, whether the job is housewife or the specific task that they perform. And so it is part of the personality and a very important part. And people love other people.
I wonder if Mark Goodson and Bill Todman knew that when they first conceived this. But Dr. Brothers, it's been marvelous having you with us. I'm sorry they guessed your identity, but your fame and your voice are so well known that I don't see how they really could have missed. But thank you so much for being with us on What's My Line.
Thank you.
I think we're so fortunate in having Phyllis Newman with us on the panel this week. But Phyllis, you actually have more seniority on the show than I. You used to be a guest panelist quite often.
Come on whenever I was asked. I love doing the show, and I have a marvelous time.
Oh, and you do it so well, and I particularly like the way you break eggs.
Well, I break eggs, thank you. Whoever thought when I grew up, yeah.
But tell me, you're doing something very exciting. You're going to do the big CBS Playhouse show,
Yes,
the first big one of the year.
It's called The Couple Next Door. It's the first one of the CBS Playhouse series, and it's an hour and a half. And it's a very dramatic show. It's about teenagers, drugs, and their parents, and it's kind of interesting. And it's the first time that I will play an old mother.
An old mother.
Yes.
Wow.
And I'm looking forward to it, though. I really am.
But
It's
do
very
you
interesting.
prefer the dramatic roles as opposed to the musicals that you did so marvelously?
It just depends on the quality of the writing and the quality of the the vehicle.
Any good show is a
Yeah.
challenge, isn't
Yeah.
it, to be in and be a part of.
Yes.
I suppose it's very, very exciting. And
I'm very pleased about doing it.
I know
yes.
you'll do a magnificent, marvelous
Thank you.
job.
Thank you.
All right, so nice. Panel, I want to say that you did very well on the mystery guest, but our two occupations stumped you completely
Yes.
today.
A lot of people think that they have to win on this show, and it really doesn't matter. What matters is how much fun you get out of playing the part with the contestant. Don't you all think
I agree.
that?
Absolutely. I enjoyed that enormously.
No, I like to win.
You like to win.
You like to win, Darryl?
Absolutely. I'm American through and through.
But I'm British and I'm a very good loser.
Are you? But, well, I think we all enjoy winning, but you see, now that you have lost, really I have won, because the contestant's a bit closer to me here beside me. And we had the little girl that was the probation officer. I don't think anyone could possibly see her on the street and say, aha, there goes a probation officer.
I'm going to commit a crime immediately.
You're going to go out and commit a crime. All right, I think you did very well. You qualify for another shot tomorrow. We'll see you then. And you too, please join us again tomorrow on the all-new What's My Line?
What's My Line is a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. Johnny Olson speaking.